Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth, and who rule well. Peace and citations unto the Hakim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. I'm the brother Kwatas Sayan, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video. And in this video, I want to speak about famine. I'm going to entitle this video, How Do We Know That We Are Not Going to Die of Famine? Because that might come up in your mind, that how is Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai not going to let us die in the upcoming famine? Because we all know that Esau is busy with orchestrating, the artificial famine. It's a controlled famine. Because he's euthanizing these animals. He's letting these crops go bad, that people can't transport them because the truck drivers, they're supposed to be quarantined, so this is all orchestrated. And this famine that Esau is orchestrating, we are going to be fed in the time of trouble, according to the scriptures, because the scriptures have the answer about how we are going to be in those times. But without further ado, I'm going to jump into the first scripture. Let's see, I'm going to go to the book of 2 Timothy 3, verse 1. 2 Timothy 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. You see? So this is speaking about now, because in the time of Yahushai, when Yahushai was on the earth, that was 2,000 years ago. And that's still the last days, because one day with the Most High is 1,000 years, So these are the last 2 days. We are now 2 days into these last times, and we are in the brink of the third day. And the third day is going to bring about the kingdom, you see. So, reading the scripture again, 2 Timothy 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days, that the days that we're living in right now, perilous times shall come. And if we go into that word, perilous, in the Greek,
Strong's G 5467. Chalepas. Chalepas.
chalepas, and the outline of biblical usage says, hard to do, to take, to approach, hard to bear. Because, see, in these days, in the end times, there are going to be days that are hard to bear. Troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, savage. Those times are waiting, Evil times are upon us. We're in the brink of those, because Esau's making his moves, and Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai is also making his moves. Hard to do, to take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous. Come, but let's go to the etymology. Perilous is an adjective from the 1300s, full of danger, risky, involving exposure to death. So that's the one that I wanted, exposure to death. So in this upcoming famine that's going to come, you might be exposed to death. Death is going to be seen right there, It's like you're going to stare death right into the eyes. But Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai is going to cause his men to not die of famine. Let's go to the book of Sirach to better understand why that is. Here's the book of Sirach 39, verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. You see? Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. You see? So these things, fire, hail, and famine and death, especially the famine, that's what I'm talking about right now, those were created for vengeance, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So these things, all of them are for the wicked. And Yahweh Tazal, we are not of the wicked. You know, although our righteousness is as filthy rags, we strive towards perfection. We strive toward pleasing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So that's what's going to keep us alive in the days of famine. You know, because that spiritual bank account that you're banking up right now, pursuing to Matthew 6, that is going to be cashed in the end times, you know. Let's go to First Kings to see what happened to Elijah the prophet. It's First Kings 17, verse 4 and 5. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according to the word of Yahweh, for he went and dwelt by the brook of Cherith, that is before Jordan. Verse 6. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. You see, so this is just beautiful, man. So these scriptures are our comfort. That's why the Bible is the comforter. You see? So this comforts us that the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai are true, and that his prophets always were fed in the time of famine. If you read further down to verse 15, because this was a time of famine, that Elijah came across a woman that was going to feed her son. But then Elijah told her, yeah, make me some bread and we will be fed many days. And this is first jumping down to verse 15. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. You see? So it can also be that you asking somebody for food, that Yahweh is going to cause the food to be plenteous, you see, in those days. So you should put all your trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that he's going to take care of you. Because the famine, that is just for the wicked, you know. The men of the Lord are not going to die of famine. Job 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? You see, that's the point. Where were the righteous cut off? The righteous are not cut off, man. They're being gently led by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And especially those that are with kids, you know, those that have children. You got this scripture. This is Isaiah 40 and 11. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. Through the Spirit, man. Isaiah 40, verse 11. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. It's also going into the famine, you see. So he's going to feed the flock as a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. So for the brothers that have children in the truth, you know, babies, toddlers, they are going to gently be led by the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now let's go to the book of Sirach, verse 2. Sirach 2 and verse 10. So this is actually the point of this whole lesson. Sirach 2 verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? None of them, man. None of the prophets were forsaken. None of them that feared Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai got forsaken or got cut off. They all got salvation. They all got fed. They didn't die the death that was appointed to wicked men, you know. They all died in their sleep, you know, peaceful, you know, or they got translated. You see? Verse 11, for Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. You see? So even though you might stare death into the eyes, in the time of your affliction, he's going to save you. You see? So Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying and exhorting for the brethren. And I want to say, Kal halal yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Raka Kodash, Shalom Akem.